All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Richmond.
Now a play fake here on first down. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But, has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
Detroit!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about
under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup there, and that's going to lead to a third down.
It seemed like the situation was second and a mile to go for a first down, which screams well. Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down.
They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, here's Watson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Miller. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his second touchdown on the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And coming out now, the Broncos. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being... Dropped inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. But he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this... This one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sutton drilling it in on the left side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Only 2 yards on the completion at 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now a handoff looking right. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just boom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now out comes Houston. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Texans send the punter out. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now Benjamin. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Watch it now, Barney. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue
They're going to look to throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And now out comes Houston. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Richmond.
On first down, it's Watson. Underneath for Miller. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win.
He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Watson making up for some lost time here in season number 2. He's got the Texans on the move with a first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Now it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Shaquille Barrett not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Play action from Miller. Now Watson escaping the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
They go play action here on first down. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw now on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
He'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Gone! Over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They come out here in the eye, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. It's their quarterback as the first half is winding down, and the Broncos are in for 6. So they're able to capture the lead, and oh, it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he will not be able to bring this one back, and the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now a timeout defensively after that 1st down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And McManus able to put it through. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They'll look to throw here. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And they'll go on the ground. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And McManus able to put it through. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. from the gun. Here's Watson. And he finds his man Griffin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. And the pitch goes to Miller. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Richmond.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. After the penalty, it's Miller. Lamar Miller, touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And now the Texans are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. And on that
concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Here's Watson. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Now he's going to throw deep right. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney!
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 20. the shotgun. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. He'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have broken the tie. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll roll him out right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's Watson, operating from the gun. He's going to loft one deep, trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Now they try the right side here. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The Broncos on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
56. Detroit!
Back to throw here. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
After the interception, here's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
To throw on second is Watson. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Hopkins. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Watson. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
I know one thing. The team that had the ball and was driving, they're going to feel horrible. But the team that was on defense, I think we got to give them a little bit of credit, able to hang in there and force a key turnover.
In the red zone, though, had a chance to tie it and an opportunity missed. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep for Benjamin. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a handoff looking right. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Off
the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sutton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And now the Texans want to call another timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Now they'll run it on the toss. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
On 3rd down, it's Freeman. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. So here now is Brandon McManus in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And McManus able to put it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
He's back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Richmond.
Back to throw. He's got Fuller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Denver, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Houston, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.